Hello, everyone. So, my name is Wada, and nice to meet you all. So, today we're discussing some interesting topics together with you. First, want to warn you that I'll be distracted on my phone reading your comments. So, don't be surprised when I'm looking somewhere downwards. Thus, kindly asking you to be active participants during our webinars. Also mind that we have some kind of 40-second delay on Zoom, so post your comments as fast as possible and I will try to read them as quickly as I can. Okay, before we start discussing today's topic, tell me, first of all, how are you today? How is your week going? What have you been up to? And I'll be reading your comments one by one as soon as you post them. Yeah, all of your comments are appreciated. I will read them. So hope to have some kind of productive and effective work today with you. Yeah, speaking about myself, I can say that I'm fine. The weather is getting better and better today. So does my mood, as I'm not a big fan of rainy weather or something. And as you could observe, in the morning, it was really damp and cloudy and yeah. Okay, great. Sofia Milinchuk is writing that she's fine. And I'm already answering your question about myself. Yeah, about my mood. I'm fine. Thank you so much. Thank you for your quick reply. Okay. If to speak about the weather is quite changeable these days, I may say. As yesterday was pouring with rain, I may say there were showers yesterday and a strong wind. Whereas today it's getting better and better, and I'm already observing that there is sun in the sky. So probably the weather will be great somewhere in the afternoon. All right, still waiting for your comments. Somebody apart from Sophia, will you join us to discuss our current situation, if we may say so, right? As for my week is hectic, I may say, as there are lots of things to be done. There is 1 week or something left till the end of the summer holidays, and soon we're starting our academic year at Study Academy, and there will be a lot of new students, new lessons, new atmosphere, yeah, I may say. What about you guys? Still waiting for you in our chat, in the comments. Yeah, by the way, despite the fact that I'm super busy these days, I'm trying to enjoy the last days, the last weeks of the summer. Though it's not that warm, if to speak about the last 2 days, but still, we hope for the better. Okay. So tell me more about your week, things you do, things you're busy with. if you're not busy, that's also great. And you have some time to relax till a bit before the new school year, the new study year, and so on. Okay. Sophia or somebody else, can you tell me something more about the things you are doing these days, this week? How do you like the weather, by the way? Because many men, many minds. Personally, I hate rain, and the only situation when I like rain is when I'm sitting in my apartment with hot tea and under covered with a blanket. That is the only situation when I like rain. In other cases, when you need to go to work or to attend some courses or studies or something, I don't think it's the best weather to it's not just the best weather to do anything of that kind. Okay, so anyways, monitoring your comments, still waiting for your replies. Okay, let's go to our today's topic. And what are we going to discuss is a really interesting thing. Okay, so Sophia answered again that she's going to visit her grandparents this weekend. Okay, Sophia, congrats. Visiting grandparents, I think, is always a kind of celebration holiday based on my experience, because you always have a feast, at your grandparents' house, a lot of tasty food, presents, especially if you haven't seen each other for a long time. And in other situation, I think too. So good luck with that occasion. Hope you will have a great time there. Thank you for your reply. Good. Okay, so as I said, we're moving on to our topic today, and the thing we're going to discuss is, I guess, really interesting, because it's about the things which are really widespread, and things that you must be knowledgeable about in the 21st century. That is equality and diversity, the topic of our today's lesson. Just a second, I'll try to demonstrate the screen properly. Aha, I see Anna. Okay, she joined our discussion. So this week, she says, was really difficult for her. She had a lot of homework, and Anna, you needed to do it. Yeah, understand. When you have a lot of work, homework or some other work, it's always, oh no, we don't need the last slide. It's always difficult. Yes, I can understand you, but still, that's great. I hope you managed to do it all. I'm sure, I think you managed to do it all. Okay, Dasha also talked about rainy weather. Great, girls, you're super active. That's wonderful. So Dasha says that she likes rainy weather because, yes, you are sitting at home. Okay, yes. And air is fresh, smells great. And plans for the weekend. So plans on the weekend. So she, so you celebrated, as I understood, your sister yesterday had birthday, right? So you're going to celebrate her birthday with friends. Great, nice idea to do at the weekend. Yeah. Birthday party is always great, especially if it is your birthday party. Yeah. Okay, just a second. Need just to go back to our slides to the beginning. I'm sorry, something went wrong with the presentation. So, as I said, the thing, okay, Anna Orlovska, we have two Annas here. So Anna Orlovska says that she also likes rainy weather if she's staying at home. Of course, girls, I absolutely support the idea you're stating. That's right. When you sit at home, a cup of hot tea or cocoa, you know, it's always great idea to be at home or to enjoy rainy weather. Yeah. Okay, so let's finally get to the topic we're discussing today. It's about equality and diversity. What I want us to do before we move straightly to the discussion, I want you to tell me, what do you think about the notion and maybe issues of equality or inequality and diversity in our modern society? As so the question is, what do you think is going to be discussed today? Waiting for your comments. I see that you are extremely active, so wish you I hope you will continue in the same way. Yeah, so what do you think is going to be discussed today? As equality and diversity is quite a generalized topic and notion, yeah. If we speak about the kinds of equality or inequality, yeah, it is connected to skin color, gender, religion, and so on, different nationalities. The same is about diversity. What does it mean to be different? Yeah. So here we have a lot of subtopics, but what do you think we are going to discuss today? So hope to see some comments in our chat. Yeah, personally, I'm absolutely full. Okay, Maria Joy does, and also continues the topic of rainy weather. Great. You like walking in the rain. Okay, yeah, me too, but it's a rare case when I like it. Most of the time, yeah, most of the time. But again, many men, many minds, as I said. It can opinions must be different, you know. It's actually about the diversity, you know. Everyone can have their own opinion, their own point of view, their own thoughts about this or that topic. How about the question I asked you? What do you think we're going to discuss today? Share some ideas of yours. Still waiting for it. And we're going to continue. I'll be reading your comments as soon as I see them, especially the ones which contain some extraordinary ideas, views, thoughts, and I'm totally for any ideas you mention, because it's a right of a human, you know, to be different and to have their personal subjective about tolerance. Yeah, tolerance. Yes. Yes, actually, you are right. Very good. Yeah, again, being tolerant is also a wide topic. And we're going to look into it today. Thank you for your ideas. Thank you for being active. Good. So let's have a look let's see what's in our agenda today. First of all, we will have some discussion with you, to get into the topic. Then we're going to make some kind of practical experiment about connected to the topic we're discussing. Then we're going to speak about discrimination and prejudice. About stereotypes, political correctness, neutral language practice, which is also a which is a part of political correctness. And of course, we'll discuss diversity and equality. So, moving on to a leading discussion. The statement is, the statement says, that we are all different, unique, and equal. The question to you, there will be several questions that I want to hear your opinion on. First of all, tell me, please, do you agree or disagree with the statement? Tell me maybe how far you agree with it. Tell me also, writing your comment, mention why is it important to preserve, if we can say so. Why is it important that everyone in the society is treated in the same way? So why is it important to be equal? In general, this statement is among the ground rules of modern society, but is it what actually happens in society? So what is your opinion about it? Do you ever treat people according to their skin color, social status, gender, age, income, and so on? Waiting for your opinion. And Sophia Milinchuk says that she agrees. Okay, Sophia, can you mention why? Why do you agree? Okay, great that you agree, but give some proof, give some evidence. Justify your answer. So we all different, unique, and equal. What do you think about the statement? Personally, I think that treating people in different ways sometimes can be like harmful. If you are a member of society, especially if you're a global citizen, so you are you relate yourself to different cultures and so on. I think it's crucial, that everyone is treated in the same way. Doesn't matter what skin color the person has or what language he or she speaks and so on. So we are all different, because we are really unique. We are all personalities, individualities, but at the same time, it's really important to treat everyone the same way, to treat everyone equally, Okay, so do we have some more opinions? So let's see. Okay. Okay, so Sophia Milinchuk, thank you for your justification. If every person will be the same, she says, in our world, we have no more profession. It is no invention in the planet. Yep, that's right. So you mean that if everyone will be totally the same and there will be no uniqueness, and there is no uniqueness, we won't have any breakthroughs, any inventions, any advancements, in the world, any new professions. Totally agree. That's right. Okay, Anna joined. Anna Havreluk joined. Great, she agrees. Okay, and Anna says that because all people want to be loved and respected. Totally agree with you and support your opinion. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on. So as I told you, we're going to have some kind of practical experiment with you together with the discussion. What is the practical experiment about? Here on the slide, you see the 4 categories in which you need to, among which you need to choose one. If you want, you can choose 2 or 3, but please be quick giving your replies. If you feel like one category, it's fine, you can choose. So we have great writers, great historical personalities, great world leaders, and great millionaires. What is your task is to list at least 5 people who are, okay, Anna Orlovska, I see that you agree with the statement we discussed. As we have a different DNA, okay, DNA, I think, okay. And some twins, and we grow in different accommodation. Yeah, undoubtedly, totally agree with your opinion, Anna Orlovska. Thank you so much. So right now, choose one category and list at least 5 people who are successful. We say, yeah, in this category. For example, if I take great writers, I may list here Jack London, Mark Twain, yeah, and then who else? William Shakespeare, Agatha Christie. If to speak about Ukrainian authors, we may include Lesa Ukrainka, Lina Kostenko, Taras Shevchenko, Ivan Franko, and etc. Your task is, if you can do more than 5 people, yeah, if you can list more than 5 names, you may do it, of course. So looking forward to seeing your comments and discussing the ideas. Why do we need it? Right now, as you remember, we're talking about diversity and equality. So we are going to analyze your list of people according to some factors connected to equality and inequality. So waiting for your comments, and we will proceed. We'll continue with the analysis. In a few seconds. Okay, please stay active and comment listing the names in different categories. Remember, you can choose one or you can choose more than one. It is not forbidden. Okay, so right now, when you are, as soon as you are ready with the list of people, I want to see them in our chat, and we're going to analyze them according to these 4 questions. First of all, please sum up, yeah, count. How many women are there on your list? How many Black people are there? How many Jews are there? How many, Sophia, how many Muslim people are there? So Sophia, as I understood, you're chosen the first category about great writers, and you mentioned 5 people here. Okay, so it is John Rowling, Mikhailo Lermontov, Taras Shevchenko, Lesa Ukrainka, Kylie Fornessier, right? If I pronounced it correctly, Fornessier, or the stress. Okay, so can you please, Sophia, now as you're ready with the list, count how many women are there on your list, how many Black people are there, how many Jews, and how many Muslim people are there. We need this findings, yeah, if we can say so, to analyze, yeah, and to see what nation or what gender or what race maybe, yeah, it prevails somehow in different spheres of life, yeah, throughout history and in modern society. So Anna Orlovska mentioned Olga Kobylanska. Again, as I can understand, they are writers. Vasil Stefanik, Ivan Kotlarevsky, Marusia Churai. Wow, you've mentioned all Ukrainian people. Great. Thank you. But actually, you can use the names from all around the world. You cannot, you may not be limited only by Ukrainian authors or other people from different spheres. So sum up and analyze how many women, how many Black people, how many Jews, and how many Muslim people are there. While I'm waiting for the comments, let's move on. I'm still waiting and I'm going to read them all out. So why are we talking about it? Because history is full of examples of inequality and killing people because of their difference in society, in the society of those times. And right now we're going to look, Dasha Laptina also commented on great writers. Terry Pratchett, Max Fry, Taras Shevchenko, John Rowling, Lesa Greinka. So 2 women, 0 Black people, 0 Jews, and 0 Muslims. Yeah, great that women are present. Yeah, it tells us about maybe overcoming the issue of gender inequality. Women are present, yeah, on some significant positions. Okay, Juliana commented. Okay, and Anna commented. Cool. Again, again, Juliana writers. Lesa Ukrainka, Taras Shevchenko, Ivan Frankolina, Kostenko. Good. As I can see, 2 women, and all of them are Ukrainian. So consequently, no Jews, no Muslims. Anna Havroluk, great millionaires. Okay. Fine, yeah, great that you've chosen a new category we have, yeah, because most people chose great writers, but that's fine that you have a lot of ideas. So Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Bernard Arnold. Wow, you have really, you know, some kind of people who are world famous, but not everyone knows these names. Cool. And I can mention that here are in the category of great millionaires, no women. Yeah, so kind of thing which is suspicious, yeah, if to speak about equality. Okay, so let's move on. If to speak about different examples of inequality in history, here is the first one. Look at the picture, you may also observe it. Australian Aborigines were considered animals, not humans, until 1960. When the British took their lands, all local population was usually killed, and killing them was not a crime. Terrible fact, but still it existed for a long time. One more example of inequality. Desmond Morris. Okay, Desmond Morris, it's which category? Please, while writing your comments, try to mention the category, yeah, you are writing about, because I'm really sorry, I haven't heard about Desmond Morris. Maybe you've heard somewhere, but don't remember now. Okay, also, we are going through some kind of famous historic examples of inequality and maybe some kind of punishment because of being different, due to being different. So if you know some famous examples, you can mention some in the chat. You're very welcome to comment on the facts and information, yeah, that we are going through. Okay, Narlovska, 2 women, 3 men, 1 atheist, 1 pagan, 3 Christians, and 0 Black people. Cool. Okay, I see that the different religions are present. Yeah, atheist, pagan, and Christians. I see that different genders are present. Okay, nice. Thank you for your analysis. Thank you for summing up. Good. So During the Holocaust, in the period of 1933-1945, 6 million Jewish people were killed in Europe. It was 63%. Can you imagine? 63% of the initial Jewish population in Europe and 1/3 of the world Jewish population. Again, it's a kind of terrible fact and a worldwide fact that during Holocaust, a lot of people, Jewish origins, were killed just because they were Jewish. And that's kind of absurd, now in nowadays world. Okay, also looking at the picture, you can observe the populations in the Georgia area in 1830. Here we have Creeks, Cherokees, Europeans, Africans. If you have a look at the numbers, and the timeline, the population, the race, or population that prevails is Europeans. Then we have Africans, then Cherokees, and then Creeks. Creeks actually 0. So later, after this time, President Theodore Roosevelt, who was president in 1901-1909, said that in 9 cases out of 10, the only good Indians are dead Indians. That's a pity, that such a stereotype, or maybe, just such fact existed in the minds of people those times. But at the end of the 19th century, the U.S. Army officer Richard Henley Pratt opened the first boarding school for Native Americans. He tore the children away from their families and diligently killed the Indians, cutting their hair, dressing them up, teaching them literature, political debates, and football. You can observe it in the picture. So this is the same person, just before killing the Indian in him and after. Killing Indians, of course, here it's kind of figurative meaning. Everything that is Indian in this race must die, he said. Kill the Indian, save the human. So they thought that if you're Indian, you need to be remade, some kind of change, total change must be made. Okay, Black Americans, their history is also kind of dramatic. So until 1964, Black Americans were strictly separated from the white by law on buses and railroads, in schools, in restaurants, hotels, boarding houses, theaters, cemeteries, even where people are buried, and they are separated. Parks, courtrooms, public toilets, drinking fountains, and every other public space. Some states required separate telephone booths for the 2 races. Some states made it illegal to give white pupils textbooks that had previously been used by Black students. So even textbooks related to something that must be changed after Black students. In Georgia, state authorities were debating a proposal that the US should maintain two separate sets of public roads, one for each race, and rejected the idea only because of its very expensive cost. So can you imagine if they had money, had enough money to build those roads, they would have built those separate roads for Black people only and for white people. That's a huge fact, of inequality, which just makes our minds explode nowadays, I think. Then, as for gender inequality, we also have some facts from history. Universities were open to women only in 1870. Until 1999, women were not recognized as students of Howard University, but as students of Radcliffe College. In 1900, women had the right to vote in only one country, New Zealand. US declared votes for women in 1920, France in 1944, Italy in 1946, and Switzerland in 1971, the latest, right? There is no country on the planet where women and men in similar positions receive the same salary, where women earn as much as men. So even if to take some kind of little example of such kind of inequality, if we even take the profession of actor in Ukraine, I watched some interviews, short interviews of actors who female and male actors in Ukraine, and women say that they really earn less than men, like 10 or 20 or even 30% less than men. It still exists now in 21st century. In Egypt, Iraq, and Jordan and Morocco, almost 90% of the population agree that a wife must always obey her husband, and almost 80%, think that sons should have a greater right to their parents' inheritance than daughters. So sons are more valuable, kind of valuable than daughters. It's also a clear example of gender inequality. Economists calculated that it will take 81 more years to completely get rid of gender inequality. So we have to wait for some time, some in parentheses, to completely get rid of gender inequality. Homosexuality, it's also a burning question. Nowadays, not that much, but still it exists. In the past, it was considered a mental disorder and was being treated with the help of electric shocks, castration, and lobotomy. In 1952, the British scientist and war hero Alan Turing, who broke the Nazi Enigma code, was arrested and had to accept chemical castration as an alternative to prison. He committed suicide 2 years later, and he was given a posthumous royal pardon in 2013. There is a great film, I can say, it's a gripping and thought-provoking movie about this scientist, Alan Turing. It is called The Game of Imitation. So if you have a wish, I highly recommend you to watch. It tells more, gives details about his work with this Enigma code, about his breakthrough, and how authorities treated him afterwards, after they broke this code. The American Psychiatric Association removed homosexuality from its list of mental disorders only in 1973. In the Soviet Union, homosexuals were sentenced to 5 years in prison, and no country accepted same-sex marriage until the Netherlands did in 2001. Nowadays, it's kind of more tolerant and more loyal. But previously you see that these issues were connected to some kind of disorders. Of course, about religion. Throughout the human history, the greatest number of people died in religious wars. Over the past decades, the number of religious wars victims around the world is estimated at millions. Changing the religion is still a crime in some countries. For example, in Malaysia, where the death penalty is imposed for Muslims converting to Christianity. So, if a person is a Muslim in Malaysia, if he wants or she wants to change his religion or her religion, it's kind of a crime, and you will die, because you will be sentenced to death penalty. If we speak about Muslims, Muslim people, they are super, religious is one of the most precious things for them in their life. They can die, as you can see, religious wars. Yeah, they can die for their religion. If, for example, if you walk somewhere in the country where there are Muslim people, when it's time for the pray, yeah, they can leave all the things and start praying at this very moment because it's time. Okay, right now let's go to the next part of our discussion. It's about discrimination and prejudice. Want to hear your opinions, dear students, about examples of discrimination, maybe and prejudice in history, examples of inequality in history, or nowadays. Maybe you know some personal examples. So I really want to hear your opinion, your ideas, your comments in our chat. So, discrimination. What is it? I think most people know what is discrimination, but let's remind. So it means that a person is treated differently, unfairly, or badly because he or she is one of a particular group. People might be discriminated because of their race, age, sex, politics, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, the way they look, lifestyles, choice of clothing, and many other reasons. Types of discrimination include racism, sexism, ageism, disability discrimination, employment discrimination, linguistic discrimination, discrimination based on ethnicity or nationality, religious discrimination, homophobia, racial segregation, xenophobia, and many, many others. Pay attention. They are only the main types, but there are many others. What about prejudice or bigotry? It's a special feeling toward a person or group member based only on their group membership. Yeah, so only on their gender, beliefs, values, social class, age, religion, race, or ethnicity. Again, nationality, beauty, occupation, education, criminal record, sports team, or any other personal characteristics. And it can mean either a positive or a negative evaluation of another person based on some specific characteristics alone. What can be an example of prejudice? If to speak about criminal record, yeah. A person, let's imagine a person was sentenced to 1 or 2 years in prison because he stole something from the shop. Yeah, after he was acquitted, he came to work, yeah, because he needs money or something. Yes, and the employer doesn't want to hire him because he was sentenced, because he's a thief. But nobody knows why he stole, for example, a loaf of bread in the shop, yeah, from the shop. Maybe because he was really hungry and had nothing to eat. Maybe because he had children at home and they had nothing to eat. So nobody goes into details, and they just create some kind of prejudice or bigotry toward this person. Give me more examples of prejudice, bigotry, or discrimination. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. I really appreciate them all, and reminding you that I'm reading them all out. And especially if you have some extraordinary ideas, but in general, I appreciate all of them. So stay active, please. Now we're moving to stereotypes. Again, I think it's a well-known topic and a notion in modern world and in history as well. Probably the majority of people faced stereotyping at least once, I think. So let's get into it more. A stereotype is an idea or belief many people have about a thing or a group which may be untrue or only partly true. Stereotyping people is a type of prejudice. Sometimes stereotypes can be used for humorous effects, but they also often become reasons to discriminate against another person. What can be an example of stereotype? And many people think that Americans eat only in McDonald's, or many people think that British are super conservative and they drink tea all the time, or they all drink tea with milk, many people, a lot of foreigners think that Ukrainians, that all Ukrainians drink a lot of alcohol and eat a lot of lard, and they eat only lard and borscht, and that's all, So these are some kind of common examples of stereotypes. It would be so great, and I'm really fascinated to see your comments, your examples. I'm sure you can give me a lot of them. So what about the examples of stereotypes, of discriminatory ideas maybe that you heard or you faced once? It can be, why not? Okay, Sophia Melenchuk, why was Black Lives Matter is a good and right? It is good and right for our planet. Yep, that's absolutely right. Completely agree with your idea. Yes, if you can mention more, please, feel free to list and mention all the ideas you have. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move on. So right now we're going to watch a video where different stereotypes will be presented, and I want you to watch attentively, and then we will discuss it a little bit more.
Indian people smell like curry.
So reactions to national stereotypes.
Indian people smell like curry. Do we? I mean, I don't know. I've always been told we smell nice. I mean, I smell nice.
Americans are stupid. Stupid people are the ones that don't care and don't appreciate life. Those are the stupid ones.
And I'm from Indonesia, so Asians take pictures of everything, even toilets. I guess Asian people have the hobby of taking pictures of themselves.
Are Mexicans loud? I think we are. Especially if we go out and we are in a party, we are super loud. Americans are fatter than whales. I think we have a 66% rate of obese people in our country. That could just be the GMO food we're eating, It's good. We need wholesome, good food, organic. All Mexicans want to cross the border. Well, I tried twice. Actually, some Mexicans try to cross the border because they're trying to have a better life in the US.
Cows are more important than your own life? Yes. Yes. Traffic will be held up for 4 hours if there's a cow in the street because nobody will be willing to move it because Gai hamari mata hai, which translates to cow is our mother.
Okay, those were reactions to national stereotypes. Let's come back to our discussion. So you could observe the different ones. Yeah, you see that they different countries, different nations have different stereotypes and so on. Right now, we're going to have a little bit of interesting activity, which is practical, and I want you to participate actively in it. So you can see the different stereotypes beginnings appear on the slide. Your task is to finish this stereotype in the way you know, in the way you want, in the way you heard people were stereotyped. For example, women who drive a car are slow, or people who drive a car are always troublesome, maybe troublesome on the road. So here I have different ones. You can choose the ones you want, the ones you know about, and post a comment. Anna Orlovskaya posted a comment about artistic sphere. There is a stereotype that gays cope with the work of couturiers, designers, actors better than heterosexuals. Okay, nice example. Great. Thank you very much, Anna. Anna Havreluk also says that discrimination women in Afghanistan. That's right. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Afghanistan is also a Muslim country. Yeah, so it can be, yes, in general, in Muslim culture, women have far less rights than men. Great. So please choose stereotypes beginnings now and try to finish it in your own words as far as you know it. So women who drive a car are blondes are village people are, finish it. Members of Verkhovna Rada are, and finish it. People in Ukraine all the time eat. Actually, I gave you an example some minutes ago. So if you remember it, you can use it as well. American people are, actually, you watched the video, you can use an example if you remember. Thus, I can see that you are really attentive and you're really curious about the topic we're discussing. Then British humor is, finish it if you know what is it about. United Arab Emirates are, we also discussed this topic partially already. People who are older than 50 and finish it. It's more about ageism, you know, ageism as a kind of discrimination, as a kind of typing. And 10 is your own example. So I would like you to take, okay, to take number 10. Anyways, okay. Are always talking behind the wheel. All right, women who drive a car, I think. Yes, you are. Please, when you are finishing the stereotype, write the number in front of your phrase, okay, in front of the text, so I can understand clearly what stereotype you're talking about. If we speak about the wheel, it's probably about the first one, about women who drive a car. Dasha, thank you very much for your comment, which you sent super quickly. Great. So once again, please take your own example, so number 10, and choose a couple from this list to finish them. Would really appreciate it and would like to hear your ideas so much. What can we say? We can say that yeah, it is a kind of, you know, it's more, some people think that it's more a fact than a stereotype, that members of Verkhovna Rada are maybe greedy, something like this. But it depends. It depends on the people, right? So remember that stereotype can be untrue or can be partly true. So it's up to the person. What can we say about people who are older than 50, for example, are okay, people who are older than 50 forget a lot of things, for example. Yeah, or people who are older than 50 sit at home and never and are never interested in anything, yeah, or something. Okay, good. Juliana, cool. So many comments. So, Juliana, number 5, yes, people in Ukraine all the time eat lard and borscht. That's right. Then, number 2, Juliana, blondes are stupid, but it's not true. And I absolutely agree with you. Yes. Then Anna Havreluk, blondes are stupid. That's right. It's a very common. I think everyone knows it. There are, even a lot of anecdotes about blondes. Yeah, they're usually stupid blondes, but in reality, it's not that true. Blondes are stupid. I disagree, says Sophia Milinchuk. Great. Number 6, American people are fat. Yes, Juliana. Yeah, there is a stereotype like that. But again, as you could hear in the video, that's not always true. Yeah, 60% of people are obese, but that's also depends on the food they eat. Yeah, so if food was of better quality, yeah, wholesome and organic, more organic, maybe the statistics would be different. Okay, Sophia Milinchuk, for number 5, people in Ukraine all the time eat borscht, lard, and samagon. Yes, the thing is that samagon is a drink, so probably they drink it. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, the stereotype is correct, but this stereotype is not true. Okay, Dasha Laptina, wow, a lot of variants. So blondes are stupid, yes. Village people are dressed in a weird way, yes. That's the common one. Members of Verkhovna Rada are funny, yeah, from time to time, yes. People in Ukraine all the time eat borscht, okay. Yes, there is such stereotype. Number 7, number 6, American people are fat and with guns. And yes, that is also a stereotype about Americans. British humor is always about tea. Wow, great idea. I love it. Okay. So number 9 and number 8, United Arab Emirates are some places with Arabic people. Yes, partly, I think, but yeah, there are not only Arabic, there are not only Muslim people there. Of course, there are a lot of, maybe you have some more idea about number 8. Number 9, people who are older than 50 are too old to understand something in modern life. Yes, that is a common one nowadays. Yeah, they are not familiar with technology or something like that. And your own example, people with bad vision see 4 fingers when they're showing 2. Interesting. Something like, okay, interesting idea. Thank you, Dasha. Thank you a lot. Good. Okay. Also, for you to know that the formation of stereotypes is natural for our brain as it saves its efforts. The brain tries to see everything as types and generalizations because to look at all new things in detail is much harder and longer than to find similarities and make general conclusions for different situations. Juliana, okay, the woman on the ship, unfortunately. Yeah, it's kind of for bad luck, yeah, if the woman is on the ship. Yes, it's your own example, great. Sophia Milinchuk, people who are older than 50 can't have a new love. Yes, also a famous one. And Sophia Milinchuk, your own idea is all African American people like jazz. Okay, good one. Thank you for your ideas, girls. Super. Thank you so much for being active, for commenting and giving so many interesting ideas. One thing that I want to mention, just a second, before we finish, I want to mention that strength lies in differences, not in similarities. This is a saying by Stephen R. Covey. And remember, be different, be strong, be yourself. It's the best. Thank you very much for participation. Have a great day and hope to see you sometime later. Bye-bye.